Hello students, myself Srimati Raktate DB from Residential Junior College, Ahmednagar. Students, in the second part of the lesson, we have seen that the writer wanted to grow the traditional variety of rice because they did not require very high inputs of fertilizers and were quite strong and resisted pests. Then the writer and Baban met Devuhanda. Devhanda told them about the Kasbai rice. He told how at one time the entire village grew only Kasbai and how he had forced himself to eat hybrid rice which was so insipid. Now see the third part of the lesson. With the advent of irrigation, farmers were tempted to grow a second crop, and kasbai, being a long duration rice, was replaced by the shorter duration hybrids so that the harvest could be done earlier. Hybrid production takes shorter duration and kasbai takes longer duration. So people go for hybrid production. This ensured that the farmers could take up a second crop so that after one time production of hybrid rice they can go for the second time production. It is more profitable, so they go for hybrid production. I asked why he had shifted if he was so unhappy with the hybrids. No one forced him to, did they? The writer asked Devhanda. Nobody had forced you for hybrid production for your cultivation, then why did you take resort to hybrid production? Now the Sarpans Devhanda told the reason. He smiled and replied that their fields did not have fences, and once the harvest was over, the cattle were released into the field. If my field alone has kasbai, it will be a treat for the cattle, he explained. Kasbai was a long duration rice. All the other farmers were growing short duration hybrids. Once the harvest was over, the cattle were released into the fields to graze. Their field did not have fences, and if his field alone had standing crops, the cattle ruined the harvest. Sometimes we have to fall in line with the community, he lamented. Lamented means a passionate expression of grief. This means he told that being an old and elderly person, he said very sorrowfully that we have to cooperate the people of the society. We have to agree with them. So I too go for hybrid. Hybrids need more water, fertilizers, and pesticides. He said that yields were good initially but of late had produced a lot. Besides, he said that each year they had to increase the quantity of urea and pesticides they used. It was as if the newer hybrid had an insatiable appetite for chemicals. Insatiable means impossible to satisfy, and appetite means hunger. That means dissatisfactory hunger for chemicals. He told us that even when there were flash floods in the 60s, Kasbai had stood its ground. He said that during flood time also, Kasbai has not been affected by flood. He fondly remembered how the rice was still standing when they all returned to the village after the flood had receded. Such was the strength of the rice. But look what we have done, he wrote. He sadly said, we have done injustice on this Kasbai rice plant just because of more profit by using hybrids. As he went on reminiscing about the rice, we gently guided him back to the reason for our visit, the Kasbai seeds. Reminiscing, the meaning is here. It means remembering a story about a past event. He was sure that there was not a single villager in his area who would have the seeds of Kasbai. According to him, the only people who still grew it were the Adivasis in a hamlet at the foothills of the mountains in the next village, Asarvari. Hamlet means small village. Devhanda knows very well. He had an idea where the writer will get seeds of kasbai, and he told the writer about the place. We bid farewell to Devhanda, who lovingly blessed us and said, Mahalakshmi, the local goddess, will give you the seeds of kasbai. Devhanda blessed them and told them the destination of getting these kasbai seeds, the probability of getting kasbai seeds in the hamlet, the small village. He told that Adivasis can preserve this type of seeds and bless them by heart. In Asarvari village, we asked the Sarpanch to help us as we were not very fluent with the local dialect. The writer did not know the local language, so it was difficult to them to get kasbai rice. He sent his assistant Jeevan with us into the hills. After a half-hour walk through thick vegetation, crossing numerous streams and ditches, and scrambling over rocks and gravel. Gravel means stones. We reached the sleepy hamlet of Boripada. There were just two ramshackle houses in front of us. Ramshackle means in a state of severe despair, and we wondered if this was the right place. The writer saw the very poor condition of the houses in that village, and they were wondering whether they have come to the right place and whether they will get the kasbai rice here. A wrinkled old woman sitting before one of the houses looked at us with curiosity. As we approached her, we signaled to Jeevan to ask the crucial question. What question they wanted to ask? They wanted to ask about the kasbai seeds. She muttered in reply, and we looked at Jeevan for a quick interpretation. The old lady answered in her local language, and the writer wanted Jeevan to translate it for him. He broke into a smile and informed us that she did have the rice and wanted to know who we were and why we wanted it. The writer and Jeevan became happy because they came to know that the old lady just informed that she has such rice still and wanted to know more about their identity and the reason of getting it. It was a difficult task to keep a straight face, and I had to control a strong desire to hug her. The writer was unsuccessful in his search for this particular aromatic rice for months, and suddenly this revelation from the old lady was very exciting for him. He really wanted to respect that old lady. He had to control his feeling. After searching for months, we had found the elusive kasbai. Elusive means difficult to find, difficult to catch or achieve. They have got kasbai after a long search of it. We explained to her that we were from Peth nearby and we needed the seeds to grow it. We asked for 10 kilograms of rice. She muttered and scowled. Mutter means spoke in a very small voice. She muttered because she did not know anything about the writer's whereabouts. Jeevan interpreted that she had never heard of Peth village and also did not have a weighing scale. Jeevan translated in her language that she had never heard of Peth village and also did not have a weighing scale means she did not have measuring instrument. She was willing to give the seeds only in baskets. We asked for a single basket of rice and Jeevan told us to pay her something. Jeevan told the writer to pay her some money. I handed over a 100 rupee note, and for the first time in the last 10 minutes, her face broke into a smile. She was so happy getting that 100 rupees note. She nodded her head in approval. The lady did not have any idea how much to ask for a basketful of seeds which she had given to the writer. She even did not have a weighing scale to know how much she had given. But the writer gave her 100 rupees, which probably she did not hope for. She happily accepted the money, which might unexpected but was definitely welcome by her. As we walked back against the fading sunset, leaving behind a smiling old lady, I couldn't help but wonder that here, nestling in the foothills of an unknown mountain, away from the hustle and bustle of the road or the city, were the real people of India. We see that the writer became happy knowing the honesty of the people. These were the people who still held on to the rich biodiversity of our land, and no one even cared about them. The writer said that these people were doing a lot of contribution to a biodiversity for a land, but nobody is taking care of them. They had never heard of hybrids, fertilizers, or pesticides. They just grew their rice and ate what they got. The old lady we met had probably never left Boripada. The old lady has never gone anywhere outside Boripada. Her word was unspoiled by progress, and for once I was grateful for that. The writer felt grateful towards people like the old lady because, according to him, these were the real people of India who still held on to the rich biodiversity away from the hustle and bustle of the fast progressing world. He was delighted to see the old lady who had carefully kept the tradition alive by preserving the seeds of Kasbai rice.